In a solo playthrough of a Generation 4 Pokémon game, reaching level 28 with a Machop rewards you with a highly capable Machoke, but progressing to Machamp requires trading with another player, a hard stop for anyone playing on a single console. That hurdle became a permanent wall in 2014, when Nintendo officially shut down the DS Wi-Fi connection servers. However, a specific coding oversight within the Generation 4 Global Trade Station, or GTS, allows you to bypass the trade requirement entirely. To execute this workaround, you need 4 things: a Generation 4 cartridge, your Machoke, a junk Pokémon you don't mind losing, and a smartphone capable of broadcasting an unsecured Wi-Fi hotspot. Mastering this specific process solves the Machamp problem, and it restores access to the entire roster of trade-based evolutions for solo players. The first step is bypassing a hardware limitation. The Nintendo DS Lite and its contemporaries do not support modern WPA2 or WPA3 Wi-Fi security protocols. To get the console online, you have to create an open network. This means configuring a legacy router to remove its password, or setting up a completely unsecured mobile hotspot from your phone. With the open network broadcasting, manually assign a custom DNS address. This routes your console's connection through the unsecured hotspot to a custom server node. That node is WiMFi. It mimics the original 2007 servers, convincing your DS the official network is still active. Establishing this connection is the critical foundation. If the DS cannot talk to WiMFi, the Global Trade Station remains inaccessible. With the console online, head to the Global Trade Station in Jubilife City or Goldenrod City and start the Pokémon deposit process. Select your Machoke to place it on the network. Be aware of the risk here. If another player sees your Machoke and accepts the trade, you will lose it permanently. To prevent this, you have to lock the Machoke onto the server by requesting a return trade that is statistically impossible to fulfill. Set your requested Pokémon to a mythical species, like Darkrai, and firmly restrict the required level to level 9 and under. Since a legitimate level 9 Darkrai does not exist, no one can accept the trade. Your Machoke is now sitting securely in a private cloud storage locker on the GTS. Now, back out to the main GTS menu and select the Seek function. You need to find a completely different active trade request posted by another user. Your next step is to accept and complete one of these trades, exchanging your expendable junk Pokémon for whatever the other player is offering. Because the WiMFi servers have a lower population than the original Nintendo network, you may need to search for highly common, low-level Pokémon, like Bidoof or Starly, to find an active trade partner. Once that secondary trade finishes, navigate back to your deposited Machoke's summary page and withdraw it back into your active party. This flowchart shows why this triggers evolution. Completing that secondary trade checks a true flag for a session trade. The code mistakenly applies this flag to your withdrawn Machoke, satisfying its evolution requirement even though it never left your account. The moment the withdrawal screen closes, the evolution sequence begins, giving you a fully evolved Machamp entirely solo. Before you trigger this, consider the strategic case for keeping your Pokémon as a Machoke, especially if you plan to transfer it forward to competitive formats like Generation 6's never used here. This chart compares Machoke's standard-based defenses to its stats when holding an Eviolite. As an unevolved Pokémon, the item applies a 1.5 times multiplier to its defense and special defense, turning it into a durable tank against special attacks. But if you prefer the physical power of Machamp, this GTS workaround applies to every trade evolution in Generation 4. You can use the exact same steps to evolve Kadabra into Alakazam, Haunter into Gengar, and Graveler into Golem. Once you are finished evolving your team, remember to go into your phone settings and secure your mobile hotspot. You now have complete self-sufficiency in Generation 4, relying only on your own hardware.